And a strong black super chemist. This is what's going on in my city. This is part two. What was I saying? Oh, the factories that they built for the illegal aliens, they won't let any citizens work there. You know what I mean? They pay them less, and we would love to have be paid less, like the illegal aliens, because that pays even more than McDonald's and Walmart. You know, why wouldn't I want $1 raise and go work at a factory? Well, I wouldn't want a $3 raise, go from McDonald's and go there. You know what I mean? Sure, I would want more than $9 an hour, but 9 is still higher than what a lot of people around here make. They ain't turning the jobs down. They're not allowed to have them. And what's funny is, even though they have jobs, like they got right off of the bus, right? And they had a job instantaneously. They had a house instantaneously, a place to live instantaneously. They still get money from the government and food stamps. Like, what the hell? So anyways, then they get that. Then they get free rent on top of it. And since you tripled the population, right? And these 6,000 to 8,000 illegals that are in Charleroi, there's a lot more in the Mon Valley since we didn't get hit as bad as they did. You know what I mean? They didn't triple our population with illegal aliens. But yeah, they're dumping into all the cities surrounding this little tiny city. Anyways, so what happens when you triple the people, but you don't triple the houses? Whew. Rent, housing goes up. And let me ask you something. You got a citizen, right? And you're, in Charleroi, or even around here, really, where I'm at, right? Because I'm literally feet away from Charleroi. Let's say you got a citizen and they got a month-to-month lease, right, on their apartment or their house, or whatever they're renting or whatever, right? Why wouldn't you kick them out? I mean, most people aren't decent people. So that's what they're doing. They're kicking you out if they can get away with it, so that they can get the illegal ones in there, because they know that their rent is definitely going to be paid because it's paid by the government, right? And it's, they can charge triple. They can charge triple for the illegal alien. So that's what they do. If you had a year lease, they're trying to get you out. They're doing anything they can to get you out. These people are like, they have no morals, man, at all, man. So you have Biden inflation, right? Then on top of that, you got the rent just tripled, right? In the Mon Valley. How are these citizens gonna? They're and you got the person who you rent from. They want you out, and you know what I mean? What's funny is if these illegals, they don't work anywhere else. You don't see them in any stores, nowhere. They only work at the NGO factories that they built. You know what I mean? That's like in that one state, Tyson Foods, they shut down 7 plants, little mini plants, and and fired all the citizens, right? And they built a giant plant, a super plant, that was basically as big as the 6 or 7 plants, little ones that they shut down. You know what I mean? And then they hired 52,000 illegal aliens. And 100% of their workforce is illegal aliens. So why do people not believe? It's like, that's proven. You know what I mean? It's like these people, in some of these cities, you got the immigrants taking over whole apartment complexes with guns, bigger guns than the army has, and it's on video. People are videotaping it and putting it on video. Then they go to the city council and says, what are you going to do about it? And the city council, no, it's not happening. City council goes onto the news. No, it's not happening. They're lying. What? What do you think? They're staging these people with guns? The mentality that people think that if you let 20 million people in, that 100% of them are going to be good people. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. I don't care what grouping you are. I don't care what color you are, what religion you are. I don't care if your group is the best group in the whole world. There's going to be a small percentage that suck, okay? That's just common sense. But anyway, so illegal aliens doing great, right? But what do you think the citizens are doing? These are little towns. This ain't like, these stores or whatever, a lot of mom and pops, you know what I mean? What do you think's happening to those people? Their business is, they got a business. No one can come to their business now, right? Because now things are even worse because they got Biden inflation and everyone's rent's tripled, right? They don't got the money. The illegal aliens don't go into their stores. And why don't they go into their stores? Because they give them money. Yeah, a second off of the bus. If they want to start a business, the government gives the NGO the money, then the NGO gives the money to the illegal alien, and then he goes and he opens up a store. See, and as this, it's like happened right in front of my eyes. As the citizen's business goes out of business, right? Because he can't afford it. His rent, everyone's rent tripled. And because of Biden inflation and that tripling thing, no one's coming in to buy anything. The illegals don't. Then he goes out. He lost his business, right? Bam. Here comes the illegal alien because they're giving them tons of money to open any business they want. The very next day, all the signs on the store are all some weird, other different languages. None of it is in English. And a lot of these stores, you go in, they're not even like, I don't even know what stuff is that they have in it. Some of this stuff is like so weird that they sell. I don't even know how it's like me going to the junkyard. And I just miscellaneously pick up garbage and put it in the store and sell it. I don't get it. But anyways, so some people are either moving or they're getting homeless. That's what's happening. Because you just can't, it's just too much. These people can't handle it. We're poor people around here. We're not in the city making a lot of money. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's to see everything being changed into another country. So it'd be like if someone, you have 4,000 people and 8,000 people from another country come, and they just start taking down all your signs and putting up other English, not English, and then they just move into your house, move into your business. That's what's happening. They're literally replacing this entire town, like right in front of my eyes. And what do you think happens at the schools? You think that they put the no English speaking people in their own class so that they can teach them, because you can't teach them anything until they learn English, right? So if you put them in the classrooms with the English people, the citizens, how is that? That's not going to work. Now you have no one learning. You put them in their own class where you're teaching them English, then they learn, right? And then the English people, they don't get, their teacher just goes along like they used to, right? Everybody wins. But they don't do that. No, they don't do that. They sprinkle them into every class so that every class has an even amount of non-speaking English people. Now they can't even speak. They can't even teach the curriculum because they're taking their whole time teaching English, getting in translators. That Charlotte's going to be, they're probably bankrupt right now. I mean, they have no money. Not for citizens, not for, and then when they come in too, what they do is, they put them into the homeless places and they put them into the schools and put them into any building that they can find that's abandoned. Or, even if it's not abandoned, they'll just kick you the fuck out, right? What do you think happens with the veterans, the homeless people that have mental, conditions or stuff that have been lived in this country forever and they actually belong here? Yeah, they just kick them out. Those social programs they used to get, they just take them off of them and laugh at them, because they want these votes. Okay, that's all. They don't care about the illegals. They don't care about the whatevers. They just want people in here so they can vote. You got high schools, right? and these whatever they want, middle and grade school. You got literally men in high schools and junior highs. They're like 20 to 25 years old. There's actually one, at least, probably two or three, that are like 28, 29 years old in the high school. If I was 29 years old and I tried to go to the high school and say, no, they'd say, go do the night school thing. You're a freaking grown man. You shouldn't be in a high school with little children. But right now they're trying to pass laws, okay? Because it's not good enough to make everyone homeless, okay? Or force them to move, right? That ain't enough. It's not enough to take all their businesses, okay? And they haven't taken all the businesses yet, but you can see it. It's like it's a gradual. You can see it turning into another country, right? Because all the signs don't speak English. Yeah, they're trying to pass laws right now to take down all the street signs and the traffic signs. Take anything that has English on it, take it down and put another sign up in the predominant, because they speak 50 different freaking languages. But there is like 60% of them do speak one language. That's the language they want to put up. So at least the 60% of the illegals can read it. 40% of the illegals can't read it because they speak 50 different languages. And I'm a citizen. I'm not going to be able to read it. These rich people, because they're going to pour all into the poor neighborhood first, you pieces of shit from the middle class, and you pieces of shit from the goddamn rich people. What do you think's going to happen with jobs now? How's anyone? Because they can just keep coming more and more and more. It's never stopping. It's just, and these people, half the country is like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah, it is happening. Yeah. There's probably 100 other things I want to tell you about what's going on over there. And what's going on right here, right where I'm at, where I'm sitting. But I've just been here for like 2 years telling you all the injustices. You know what I mean? And what's funny is they give them all driver's licenses. And I've heard in some states, what are they doing? Yeah, you have both. Actually, you have both options. In this area right here, what they do is everyone that comes in, they give them a driver's license. No written test, no driver's test, no nothing. They just fill out a piece of paper, and you can call the police. Call the fucking police department and ask them. They'll tell you. They'll say that we just give them a thing, just like these other states. Just call the police departments of those places they're putting up videos. The police will tell you, yes, they don't need a license to drive. They don't need insurance. They don't need a plate. They don't need anything. There's nothing we can do about it. We were told not to do anything. So what does the city government tell us? They say it's illegal. It's illegal for them to vote in the election. So don't worry about it. And then in the very next sentence, what do they say? Yeah, we gave everyone a driver's license, whether they wanted one or not. We registered every one of them, the NGO did. As they come in, they forced them to fill out, they fill it out for them, really, and get them registered, okay? So they're all registered, and they all have ID now. But don't worry, folks. Don't worry, citizens. It's against the law for them to go and vote. So there's no problem, right? And if we say that sounds crazy, because obviously, why did you register them? And why did you give them a driver's license without giving them any test if you didn't want them to vote? Half the country says, oh, they're making sense. That makes sense. Obviously, they're not going to vote because it's illegal. They just came into the country illegally. But yeah, they're going to care about not voting.